Hi, welcome to the video training of React JSX. So what is JSX? JSX stands for JavaScript XML. JSX allows us to write HTML in React. JSX makes it easier to write and add HTML in React. JSX allows us to write HTML elements in JavaScript and place them in the DOM without any createElement and or appendChild methods. JSX converts HTML tags into React elements. You are not required to use JSX, but JSX makes it easier to write React applications. Let us demonstrate with two examples. The first uses JSX and the second does not. So let's look at the first example using JSX. Okay. We are going to use the same file as we did in our last tutorial. So let's open index.html here, and the second file we need is in the source folder, and that is index.js. Okay, and we can define a constant variable here and pass in the HTML I love JSX. Okay, close the h1 tag, semicolon, and my element. Pass this my element variable in the render method, and we are going to change the ID to root. Same thing we need to do in the index.html file. Change it to root, save the file, and let's run the node project npm start. Okay, says identifier my element has already been declared. Okay, no issues. Let's look at the program. Okay, we already have a constant my element just before the new element. Save it, run it again. So we have I love JSX on the browser. This example was using JSX. Now let's look at an example without JSX. So let's create a constant variable my element, but this time we are going to use a react.createElement method, and we are going to first pass the tag, HTML tag we are going to use, and that is h1, and then empty curly braces and the content we want to show within the h1 tag. I do not use JSX. Okay, and let's pass this to the render method as we did before. Save the file, let's run it in the browser, and it says I do not use JSX. So this is the basic difference between using JSX and not using JSX. As you have seen that using JSX makes life easier. You just need to pass in the HTML to your element or variable, and then use that variable within the render method. But without using JSX, you need to call the createElement method of React and then pass the tag and then pass the content. So this is something that is different between these two. Coding JSX. As you can see in the first example, JSX allows us to write HTML directly within the JavaScript code. JSX is an extension of the JavaScript language based on ES6 or ECMAScript 6 and is translated into regular JavaScript at runtime. Expressions in JSX. With JSX, you can write expressions inside curly braces. The expression can be a React variable or property or any other valid JavaScript expression. JSX will execute the expression and return the result. Let's execute the expression 5 plus 5. Okay, let's go to our program. Revert this to JSX. Okay, and I can say React is start the curly braces 5 plus 5 times better with JSX. The H1 tag is closed. Save the file. Let's refresh the browser, and it says React is 10 times better with JSX because the curly braces have evaluated our expression, that is 5 plus 5, and 5 plus 5 is 10. So we got React is 10. 10 is sum of 5 plus 5. So this is how you run expressions and evaluate them within the JSX. Okay, inserting a large block of HTML. To write HTML on multiple lines, push the HTML inside parentheses. Create a list with 3 list items. This is also a simple example. We have already did that before, but can do it again. So just you need to write the HTML here, and I have apples, bananas, and cherries, and close the unlisted HTML tag. Save the file and refresh the browser, and it's rendered in the browser. The HTML code must be wrapped in one top level element. So if you like to write 2 headers, you must put them inside a parent element like a div element. Wrap 2 headers inside one div element. So let's see an example of this. Let's create the parent div here. Okay, and then you can have 2 h1 tags. I am a header, the first h1 tag, and I am a header 2, and this one is the second h1 tag. Let's close the parent div. Okay, save the file, and you see we have got 2 h1 tags here. I'm a header and I'm a header 2. So you can use this nested HTML within the constant HTML variable. Elements must be closed. JSX follows XML rules, and therefore HTML elements must be properly closed. For example, close empty elements with / and greater than arrow. Const my element equals input type text, and as you know, the input type tag don't have the closing tag, so it is called an empty element. We can close it by using the / greater than arrow. Okay, that was all about this video training. I hope that you have understood the basic concept of React JSX and how to use JSX for rendering HTML in React.js. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time with a new topic in React.js.